Sure that you guys are giving blood with this trail elbow. You're externally rotating it, right? And then you can put your right hand on top of the grip just like it needs.
Ulna, this bone right here pointed down towards the ball. Look at it, puts that club on plane, allows me to have a great hand pass.
This right arm, it causes so much trouble for people because the trail arm normally is the dominant arm of the person. And this dominant arm wants to try to do stuff on the way back.
Lead hand, put it right behind your elbow, pull it towards the center of your body. Just like Min Woo Lee says, keeping the right elbow in front of the body the entire time. This is that right there. We never want this elbow getting behind the seam on our shirts. All right, so here we are at the beautiful Fairmont Grand Del Mar in the Grand Golf Club. Check this out. We're at the top of the range right now. It's absolutely beautiful out here. I got my best friend and business partner, Mike Pitt. Today, we wanted to talk about some misconceptions that we continuously find with golfers. Yep. One being specifically the trail arm, how the trail arm works in our swing. Now, this is so incredibly important, you guys. You have to understand that there's three major things that the trail arm, when structured correctly, can accomplish in our swing. One being, well, if I have this trail arm in front of my body and I have it in the correct position, it keeps my hands really in front of the center of my body throughout my swing. That's connection. If the hands are connected to the body's turn, what we have also is the proper hand path relative to the turn. And when the arm is in the right position and rotated the right way, we also create the proper swing plane as well. So many things happen positively as a result of this. Now, Mike, what do we continuously see when we hear the word connected when referring to the trail arm?
Exactly right. We guys know that the proper trail arm structure creates connection in the backswing. The one thing we continuously see over and over when you guys come out to see us and for a lesson is we see this one. They mistake connection, arms in front of body, hands in front of body, with connected to the side of the body, right? So we see the players get their arms attached too low to the body and not being able to create the width that they need.
And this actually causes disconnection as it pins the arms behind the body and really traps the arms behind the body. Then one's going to ask, well, hold on, guys. I've seen you do the head cover drill before. Right. We move that head cover to the front of the pec, got the arm in the front of the body, more in that giving blood position that we talk about right here. And we'll get back to that in a second. And that keeps the elbow more in front of the body, much like Min Woo Lee, who just won this last week at the Houston Open. He talks about that as well.
Yeah, but see how your right arm's flaring out like this? It needs to be like nearly tucked in this way. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. And the great thing about being like the club in front of you, so if you got that, then you like have to adjust to get it there. But if you have your whole set in front of you and width, how easy is it to bring it down? Yeah, and then
Oh my.
You know. That's pure.
Oh my God.
That's pure.
Now we get the right arm staying in front of the body on the way back.
But guys, look at this. Turn and face the camera, Mike. Look at, there's distance between his elbow and his body. You know, yeah, he would be holding a head cover here. But you guys, when you look at the way I set the golf club, my right arm, the elbow itself is slightly away from my body. Now, that's not disconnection. Connection's defined as the hands staying in front of the body, center the sternum. So here we go, right down the line here, Kev. Boom. That's connection right here. But if you look at that, I'm also maintaining width.
Right.
Okay, width is the distance between the center of the body and the hands, right? So we decrease that width, we decrease that connection by having that arm pin alongside us. Look at my sternum's here, my arms are wrapped behind me. I'm gonna have to play the catch-up game on the way back. We get a real narrow swing. Yep. So connection, guys, is the hands in front of the center of the body. Width and connection are one of the same, the distance between hands and center of the body. And when we keep our arm rotated, ready? And here's the other word that gets people thrown off. The elbow rotated in. In is not into the body. Yep. In is rotated in towards the golf ball. So that leads to a great thought that we have with our players. In the set position, we always tell them, get that funny bone pointed down towards the ball, or get the ulna, this bone right here, pointed down towards the ball. Look at it, puts that club on plane, keeps the hands in front of the center of my body, allows me to have a great hand path right to the top of the swing. You hear the word in, you hear the word connected. Hey, we're here to clarify that for you. It is not in, and it's not physically connected to your body. Right. Okay. All right, so Mike, let me get you in here to talk about the proper structure of the trail arm and how we can set up a little bit better to promote the proper rotation of the right arm throughout the swing.
Absolutely, guys. So the number one step to creating a better and more connected backswing is the setup, right? And with our right arm, you've heard us talk about it before, it's all about making sure you feel like you're giving blood. Now, this is really important because it presets the ability for the arm to work in the right way. Now, the one thing that we want to be careful of when we do this, we always want to feel like we're the ability to give blood. We're showing those veins a little bit more, but we don't want to do it at the expense of losing the structure of our trail hand grip, okay? A right hand that is underneath the club like this is something we will often see when players come in working on giving blood. And what you guys have to realize is this wrist and this elbow are independent of one another. So we want to make sure that you guys are giving blood with this trail elbow. You're externally rotating it, right? And then you can put your right hand on top of the grip just like it needs to be.
If you did what Mike said of giving blood and pulling this arm in, we've all seen that famous image of Hogan's arms bound together by the rope. All that is, guys, keeping those elbows closer together, keeping that trail arm together, that forces the body to turn, to move the arms to the top of the swing. And it's incredibly important to maintain this structure of this arm. Let me tell you, the trail arm structure is something that is, if it's not done correctly, it's debilitating to a golf swing.
Absolutely.
One thing I think Mike would agree with, we have these incredible complete game clinics where we have 12 amazing people from around the world join us, and you know we watch all of them when they drop their right hand or their left hand, whatever the trail hand is, and they just swing with just the lead arm. Not only do they make a more complete turn, not only do they set the club better going back, but on the way through they're more connected. They all have forward shaft lean. Club face is stabilized. The minute we attach that right arm,
Boy,
man, everything looks different. It's because everybody has different flaws with that trail arm.
This right arm, it causes so much trouble for people because the trail arm normally is the dominant arm of the person. And this dominant arm wants to try to do stuff on the way back. And I've always said the only way to, Adam mentioned it before, we get people taking backswings with one arm and the path is perfect, right? As soon as this right hand gets on here, it starts to work and try to take some of the weight of the club. So I think one of the best things you guys can ever do for your trail arm is really just learn to take some club and some backswings with your lead arm only, right?
Absolutely.
It's going to free this trail arm up to be soft. It's going to stay in, it's going to stay in front of your body, and it's going to put you on the path to the least manipulation coming down.
There are a couple things here, and I want to add this because this is great. You heard Mike say the word soft. There's necessary tension created, and there's a certain softness to it at the same time. When my arm is rotated in, it's not in and stiff, okay? I'm relaxed with my arms here, okay? And I'm just keeping the necessary tension of not letting this arm back up. Wonderful drill here. Take your lead hand, put it right behind your elbow, pull it towards the center of your body. Just like Min-Woo Lee says, keeping the right elbow in front of the body the entire time. This is that right there. We never want this elbow getting behind the seam on our shirt. So when we have this feeling here, well, that really puts us in a good connected position at the top. But some will say, oh, I'm very tight like this. That's a tight feeling back here also. Good. Because it's supposed to be. Because guess what it does when you have it tight? It forces the body to turn to get the arms to the top, and it quits all the extra runoff at the top. So when the body's done turning, the arms are then done swinging. So that little bit of tension you'll feel from doing it back here is not a bad thing, okay? And we do encourage everybody. I have a pretty darn good range of motion this way. Mike, how are you?
I'm really good too, yeah.
Yeah, Mike and I can both go like this. A lot of people can't. A lot of people are stuck right here, and they're going to be limited to some degree in getting this position here. But keeping the elbow closer to the lead arm throughout the swing, that trail elbow, is incredibly important. I always want to see the person turn and be able to face their hands at the top of the swing. But yeah, so hopefully this helps you guys a lot with understanding how that trail arm works, the benefits and the cons of, unfortunately, when we do it wrong. But more importantly, we want to clear a couple of those misconceptions we see people show up to the tee box with us regularly. At Forzak Golf, we take a lot of pride in having developed some of the best and most consistent golf swings on the planet. We do this through simplicity. Our Full Swing Masterclass will take you on a step-by-step, easy-to-understand process on how to get your golf swing better than ever. Join the many before you who've utilized our Full Swing Masterclass to take their games to the next level and beyond.